Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Kagurabachi Chapter 82. Like and subscribe for more content in the previous Kagurabachi chapter. Hakuri reunites with Yuruha, who somehow managed to survive being cut down by Samura. Chapter 82 is titled, Enten vs. Tobimune. This chapter has 19 pages. The note is in reference to the news about an announcement from Crux Online related to Kagurabachi. The chapter continues where we left off at the end of Chapter 78. Switch, and this time, we see Ro returns, surprised by the loss of both Kamiyuri's illusions and Hirohiko, and asks about them. Samura says that Hirohiko escaped, and the sheath dropped 2 floors down. Chihiro continues to be impressed by Samura's growth as an enchanted blade wielder. Chihiro then reveals that Samura never held any actual hatred for the contracted enchanted blade wielders, and that Yuruha is actually still alive, which could also explain why Chihiro himself is still alive. We cut to a flashback of Yuruha in a hospital bed, recalling the time when Samura was about to betray him. Yuruha explains that the true realm of the Shinichi is the malediction that stores large quantities of life. So the Sword Saint has to be executed, but that would kill the other contracted wielders. It is here that Samura declares that he will kill every last one of the bearers. Yuruha worries about Samura bearing the burden alone, implying he was willing to help out, but he also says that he does not want to die since Hakuri saved his life earlier. Samura assures him that only the hero side will die, their egos, and that all that will remain is for them to battle to the death. This leads into the scene from Chapter 58, Reunion, where Samura seemingly kills Yuruha. In the Kaminabi hospital, Yuruha then wakes up, surprised that he indeed did die and lost the contract with Kamiyuri, but somehow remain alive. Almost like a phoenix, as the doctors remarked. This was the purpose of the emphasis and reveal of Samura's Suzaku since Chapter 76, Banquet, as it was the ability to return from death. Chihiro kept saying that Samura was able to make Suzaku into a totally different ability, and now we understand why. Samura bypassed the limits of Suzaku to be able to revive someone fully from death. Not just himself, but those he killed like Yuruha and Chihiro. Yuruha explains that Suzaku inserts the universal flames of mercy into one's body, even as it is dying, and then the fruits of this sorcery bear results. Sorcery that activates from a person's death is said to be common in the world of Kagurabachi, which was demonstrated throughout the Kaminabi raid via the traders with pine sorcery seeds inside them, as explained last chapter. This sounds suspiciously like Post-Mortem Nun from Hunter x Hunter. Yuruha notes Samura was never able to do this 18 years ago. So while Yuruha is unsure of how, most likely, Samura was able to gather a lot of spirit energy over the years for the sake of reviving every enchanted blade wielder. This is why he was so adamant in killing them, all in order to save them from their fates when he does kill the Sword Saint. This sounds quite noble, but as it turns out, this method will only last as long as the user is alive, meaning Samura has to be the last person to die, or else the lifelong contracts will return and reconnect the other wielders to the Sword Saint. Yuruha said that Samura planned to die alone. He remembers how he was a student of Samura, always chasing after him and trying to challenge him. Back in the hospital bed, Yuruha struggles to move. The doctor explains that his nerves from 18 years ago are trying to find their place back to their origin, and it will take a few days to recover. Yuruha asks if he will not do it, who will stop Samura, and the doctor says that it will be Chihiro and the others forming an anti-Samura squadron. Yuruha tells the doctor not to inform the Kaminabi higher-ups about his conditions, the fact that Yuruha is actually alive. He sees the value in a trump card, which leads us to the present as Yuruha encounters the copy sorcerer, who is shocked to see him still alive. Yuruha gives out a badass line about how he lost once, and now he should be the one to protect Kaminabi headquarters and Hakuri. We return to Samura, who says that his greatest fear is the return of the malediction and the harm it will bring his daughter and the country. Sumire tells Chihiro not to stop him since they feel the same, but Chihiro still chooses to fight back, fighting to save Sumire's life. Sumire pushes Chihiro back as he retreats to the room and closes the door. As Sumire activates Tobimune in an amazing panel, Chihiro thinks of his next move, knowing the door is meant to obscure his vision. Chihiro also makes a cool pose, and suddenly, not just the door but the entire hallway is cut through. Much to Chihiro's surprise, the chapter ends with an incredible spread of Sumire flying as he pushes Chihiro out of the building in an incredibly beautiful double-page spread that ends on the title drop. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.